What is up guys, Andy Forrest Team Runner here and welcome back to another video, and today kickstarts week 2 of this London Marathon training series. So let's roll into this week, shall we? It's Monday, welcome back, and instead of last week where we had a race to kickstart our block, Mondays are going to be the marathon pace specific session days, and today we're kickstarting things with 4x12 minutes. So in effect for me it's kind of like 4x2 miles because my goal pace that I'm going to be training at throughout this block is 6 minutes per mile for the marathon. Whether I run that or not is another question because I want to enjoy London this year, but I feel like that's a good target to aim for. I think last marathon block I went for 6:05-ish, so this block I'm going to go for 6 flattish. My goal today is to see what the heart rate's all about. I'm out here on the industrial estate, I don't want to be, but it's concrete and I feel like I need to give myself some kind of indication as to where marathon pace sits in terms of my heart rate, because I know come race day my heart rate will be 7 to 10 beats a minute higher, maybe even more with London. So I know that if I'm running today anything over 155 or 160 for those efforts, that means on race day that's going to be around 165-ish, and I feel like that might be a tiny bit too high to start with. I want to be a bit closer to the 160s. Obviously I've got 12 weeks to get that down and it will come down as we get fitter, but I'd love to see if we can get around that 155 for the reps. So in between each rep today, when I give you a little bit of waffle and let you know how it's gone, I'm going to hopefully remember to put on screen what the average heart rate is, so we'll see how these reps go. Okay, great start. That was 6 flat or 6:01 pace for that first one. Felt really controlled, really good, but got a bit of a heat wave in the UK at the moment. It's crazy hot. I was hoping to get up early this morning and beat the heat. Got up at 5:40, out the door at 6:10, and sweating buckets already. There we go, rep number 2 done. Same again, 6 flat or 5:59, whatever. 2 miles covered. It's good, hot, really hot, but good. Super, 5:58 pace. Yeah, just ticking them over. The whole idea of these marathon pace sessions is to just be calm and composed and not get carried away. If you saw the marathon training tips video I did, you'll see I said point number 1 is all about building fatigue. So I don't want to be blowing out my backside doing these. I want to start feeling tired towards the last rep. So yeah, roll into the last one and get it done. There we go, workout done. Just ducking into some shade a minute to get this one recorded. So 5:57 that last one. So really happy with that. I was keeping an eye on the heart rate on that last rep, and it wasn't going too much above 160. So overall I've got to be really happy with that. Obviously you'll have seen the heart rates on screen for each rep, so that's cool. I think overall I've got to be pretty happy with that. It's a great starting point. So get a cool down done, on to tomorrow. So welcome to Tuesday. Join me out here on the trails. 70 minutes easy today, and just upon reflection yesterday, well, a couple of things to mention before we shift our attention to the double day. Yesterday, very happy. Checked the stats when I got home. A couple of things to note. The average heart rate across all 4 reps was 155, so that's decent, but you'll notice the first one was very low and it felt ridiculously comfortable. But obviously with the prolonged heat that we have here in the UK at the moment, things ramped up very quickly, and the contrast between rep 1 and rep 4 was massive. So that's something that over time will settle, because I'm new in this block to working at marathon pace. So over time, as the weeks go by, hopefully those numbers will squeeze a little bit closer together and there won't be such a difference between the reps. But overall, it's exactly where I wanted it to be. I said between 155 and 160. It gives me scope to have a higher heart rate on race day, which is usually 7 to 10 beats a minute, due to adrenaline and nerves and things. And this is at the start of the block, so yeah, it was a brilliant start. So that's number 1. Number 2, just trying to really focus on taking things easy today. Heart rate 116. I am going a bit downhill, but definitely felt like after the long run on Saturday, when I checked my heart rate on Strava, when I got back from that, the average is 146 for 654 per mile. And my mind was blown a little bit, because that's really low for me, and I noticed it obviously yesterday on the marathon pace sessions. Some of those efforts felt, the fatigue built towards rep 3 and 4, but the first 2 were just easy, and that's what I want them to feel like at this stage, so that come race day they're even easier. And today, wow, basically what I'm trying to say is I think there's been a step up in fitness, and we're getting used to this heat, which is good. So I'm going to plod on, get Tuesday done. Last thing to mention, Path Projects in the US, they sent me this vest and t-shirt and shorts and everything. I don't have a discount code sadly, but they sent it to me to test out, and I have to say this is possibly my favourite material out of any running t-shirt I've ever tried. It's nuts. Like for my racing singlets and stuff, Soar is number 1, but for training, this stuff, oh, it's so lovely and stretchy. The cut, the fit is wonderful. I cannot recommend them highly enough. So if you are I mean they ship worldwide, but in particular if you are in the US and you haven't checked out Path Projects, please do. This kit is unreal. And welcome to the next day. It's Wednesday, and instead of a double day today, we're shifting that to tomorrow, because I have plans this evening, so can't get my evening run in. So shifting things around this week, and instead out here on the trails doing a moderate run. So hopefully you'll have seen my London Marathon plan video by now. If not, I'm so sorry. But hopefully you will have done. And got the idea that there's much more of an aerobic building focus rather than intense workouts. So that's kind of what today's all about. Bearing in mind also the heat at the moment that we have here this week, especially this weekend, is going to be nuts. But just dialing things back. Normally I'd run moderate pace in the 640 per mile range, 640s I should say. What it'll end up being today I don't know, but I'm hoping 650s. I just want to take the foot off the gas and get a good kind of zone 2, if you want to call it that, stimulus, but not fatigue myself for tomorrow's double session. So that's really all there is to it today. I'm not going to waffle on unnecessarily. I'm going to press on with this. Got about 75-80 minutes to do, see how I feel. As I said, don't want to over fatigue myself, so I've got a route planned, a bit off the cuff. We'll see how we go. Same place, same track, different day. Thursday is here, double day today. Managed to get up early again, 4th day in a row. It's a miracle, can't believe it. There's usually one day of a week where I can't get up, so we're happy this morning to get up and out nice and early again, ready for this 3 by 10 minutes effort. Apparently last week I said 10 by 3, so just know moving forwards these morning workouts are 3 by 10. This is the kind of sub-threshold, lower end effort. No paces to go for because we're out here on a trail, so I kind of know the effort that I'm going for. And yeah, just see how we get on this morning. It is the coldest day of the week this week, hitting the dizzy heights of 24. But on the weekend, I think I've said this, on the weekend we're getting like 35, 36. So it's going to be a bit crazy. So I'm going to make the most of this kind of slightly cooler weather, so to speak, and see how we feel. So nothing else to say other than let's press on, let's get this underway and see how we do. There we go, rep 1 done. 5:48 pace I think that was, so yeah, very happy. 5:45 pace for number 2, feeling good. Last one. So the camera died after that last rep this morning, so that was a really solid rep. 5:45 average heart rate for that session, 157, maximum heart rate 171. So like I was doing 6 by 5 minutes at slower pace, sometimes that same pace, and my average heart rate is like 161 at best, and sometimes 164, 165. So in this heat for 10 minutes times 3 of them, I am blown away and over the moon. But it's a different story tonight. 24 degrees when I left the house, and I've adapted things. Let me just explain, because I need to roll into this. I'm on a time limit. It was 10 by 3 minutes with 45 seconds recovery. I've chopped 2 reps off, 8 by 3 minutes, and I've given myself a minute recovery. Not messing around tonight. The heat, we have to adapt. So I'm not going to take credit for this saying, because I know a lot of people have said it to me over the years, but it really has stuck with me. Our body only knows the exertion that we're putting out, the effort that we're putting in. It doesn't understand pace or time. So in these situations when it's hot and the climate is going to make us sweat more, and you know the weather is as it is, we have to adapt. So I'm adapting. I've even adapted the route. I'm not even going on a particularly undulating route. I'm going on the route I ran this morning, which is mildly lumpy at best. So I'm just trying to mitigate any factors that might cause this workout to go south, because what's important at week 11, or sorry, week 2, so just over 11 weeks left, is to not be a hero. Just remember, just keep clocking the runs up, just be consistent, and when it cools down, this will all pay off. So I'm adapting as best as I can. 8 by 3 minutes, 1 minute recovery on slightly less lumpy trails in the streak flies, and of course bringing the birds along, bringing that summer vibe. Let's see how we get on. Okay, 4 done, 4 out of the 8. I did put a big hill in there. I was just trying the bottom bit, and the top bit, the middle bit was the recovery. So yeah, we got that to go down in a minute, but overall, can't grumble. Stomach's dropped. Be interesting to see if we finish this workout without a hitch, and yeah, get these last 4 done. workout complete, effort was there wholeheartedly. Had to stop for a pit stop halfway through rep 5, but got rid of that, got the reps done, felt strong. Obviously pace wasn't there, but it's not going to be on a night like tonight. I said to you at the beginning, we dial back our expectations, we work on effort. The effort was there, the breathing was hard, and that's all that matters, because as I said, the body doesn't know pace, it knows intensity. So put the intensity out there, laid it all out there, got 8 of them done. Genuinely couldn't have done another 2. Really happy that I capped it there. So gonna get a good rest in tomorrow, rest day. See you Saturday for the long run. So welcome to Saturday, the best day of the week in my humble opinion, long run day. So I'm 3 miles into my long run, same as before. Very aware this video is getting a little bit crazy long, so yeah, moderate long run, same as last week, not pushing it, just rolling with it. It'll be more of a like a relaxed effort in this first half, and then because we've got to get up a big hill, I'm going to hit the rolling trails again like I always do. Such a good strength builder, and when we turn around, I'm sure as always we'll pick up the pace. So I'm about 50 minutes into the run, and just covered 7.4 miles. You can see there, hopefully 6:54 per mile. So at this stage last week I was running like 7:14, 7:15 pace, so I'm about 20 seconds a mile quicker today, but body feels good and I'm just rolling with it. So effort will be slightly higher, but what I have decided to do is what I did last week, is cut out the second big hill on this climb. There's a boar, there's 2 boar. Oh, joyous. Where are they going in there? Okay, I'll have to be brave and go past them. So yeah, basically I'm going to hold on. Hate it. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yes, I'm going to cut out the second hill, because at this stage with 11 weeks to go, even cutting out the second hill, this run will give me 1,100, 1,200 foot of elevation, which is good. If I put the second hill in, I'll get 1.6, 1.7, 1.8-ish. So for me, I don't need that. I've been doing that over the last 2 or 3 months, clocking those sorts of runs. We'll get a little bit flatter, turn around at 1 hour, go back, add a bit extra onto the flat at the end, and see how far we can go. Turn around, that's the end of that trail. Let's go back. 1 hour, 40 seconds. Holy moly. Don't know if you saw that then, but that was a carcass of something, and I just stopped to film it, as you do, and there was some boar the other side in the ferns that started snorting and getting all territorial, so I made a hasty exit, but that was a bit gruesome. Okay, so I'm just closing in on the 2 hour mark, and it's not going to be too much more today. Things have gone south very quickly after that last clip you saw of the carcass. That was so random. I had to stop and go to the toilet. Shortly after that, my stomach's been griping since about 7 miles. I basically binged on gluten on Thursday, and my stomach's not settled since. You guys know I've got a bit of a gluten intolerance, but sometimes I'm naughty and I can't help myself, so it's just caused me massive issues today. So I stopped for the toilet, 1.5 hours. I've carried on going. Average pace is 6 6:48. Don't know if you can see that. It did get down to 6:45, but it's slowly going back up now. I'm just rolling it home. So I'm coming out on slowly to the industrial estate. I'm going to get 18 miles done at least, but I'm going to try for 2 hours 10, because remember we're working on time. So I'm going to try for 2 hours 10 and see if I can manage it. So I'll wrap it up there. I'll put the final stats on screen, all of that jazz. Yeah, if you enjoyed today and seeing this week, please do give it a like, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for weekly running content. I'm glad I caught this on camera, because not all runs are good, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then.